Tippy time, my Damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. This week the Lightbulb GM went live and my mate Tets was reminiscing with me his struggles in the swamp. I had really been enjoying the strike so far this week, so I chose a class that I hadn't really given a fair shake. When the Strain Hunter launched, I was using that overpowered Star Eater's super build. Once Bungie nerfed/fixed that thing, I didn't want to use those underperforming speed loader slacks that I chose stupidly at the end of that campaign. I wanted to use the Facade. However, stupid me, I forgot Bungie hated me. It took me over a season and 286 Lost Sector attempts before I finally got this thing. Its armor perk is Acrobat's Focus. We gain Woven Mail when activating Grapple, and we gain increased flinch resistance whilst Woven Mail is active. Now, Avian Leap used to be the GOAT for obtaining and renewing Woven Mail. Woven Mail obviously gives us that 60% damage resist. This is no joke, and I now have to think that the Facade is the new Tank Master General. Obviously, first steps first, equip the Grapple, and then throw on the Widow Silk aspect. It states that we do have 2 grenade charges, and we do, but we want to treat it like we only had the one. This grapple aspect will also create a grapple point. Now our whole fire team can use these as a free swing to clear that Weight of Darkness swamp with ease. We just played a big game of leapfrog, each one of us taking turns in the lead to create a new anchor point for that free swing. Also, if you muff up a swing, you can also pop your super. This gives you free grapple charges, allowing you to skip half the forest without the aid of your fire team. The Navigator is stupid amounts of fun when paired with the Facade. Its intrinsic trait is called Protective Weave. Firing this weapon at an ally grants Woven Mail to both you and your buddy. But it also has another trait called the Weft Cutter. Sever was buffed inside Season 22. It was a 30% damage output reduction from that target. It's now a 40%. So when we stack this together with that 60% damage resist from Woven Mail, it's absolutely incredible what we can tank. This is at 25 light under in a GM, and this allowed me to tank not 1 but 2 Lucent Hive Sentinel Shields. The Catalyst? Amazing, as this allows me to make anchor points free of charge. This is that main synergy we want with that helmet and our subclass. You need to hold down that reload to activate it and then shoot it out, and you can make these every 30 seconds. These grapple tangles too, the whole fire team can use, and they will stay as long as people are using it. From memory, they've got about a 20-second shelf life, but you should be grappling to it anyway much more often than that in order to keep reactivating that Woven Mail for 10 seconds. Now these knights here, they don't mess around. They'll make sashimi out of you given the chance. But with this grapple, I can get in there and slap them before they even have half a chance to mess my shit up. This trace rifle comes from the Ghost of the Deep dungeon. You may need to pleasure a dev in order to get it drop for you, but once acquired, the Catalyst quest is actually really fun clear back inside the dungeon. This grapple is addictive and you can get pretty nuts with it. I'd recommend using resistance mods on your chest piece, as you can put yourself into danger just as easily as you can get yourself out of it. For that reason, I also run a recuperation mod to get a little health bump upon retrieving orbs of power, and Thread of Warding will give us Woven Mail on picking up those orbs, giving us 3 methods of getting that sick ass DR. With close to full-time access to Woven Mail, we equip Thread of Transmutation. Whilst we have Woven Mail, Weapon Final Blows will create a Tangle. Now Tangles are pretty hot this season on the Hunter. My fire team and I were all running the Maelstrom as we were just making endless supply of them. The Tangles are integral to this build as we are using Elemental Charge mod to get charged with light whenever we destroy a Tangle. And the Stacks on Stacks mod will make that charge a twofer. We spend that charge on our Grenade Kickstarter mod. Just one of them is required. As long as you're using the Tangle Knots, you shouldn't really run out of grapple charges all that often. Through to Generation also gives us Grenade Juice when dealing damage. This did see a bit of a nerf this season by 20%. and they also changed the way it works. It now gives you more energy based on precision hits over body shots. But it still works, it's still good, and it's still worth that fragment slot. The following mods will also help you loot more grenades. Bolstering grants us class ability energy when we do grenade damage, and Bomber will give us grenade cooldown after dodging. Now there will be a dim link in the description below, but feel free to just pause here if that's easier. Just don't forget to hit that like button first. This build raised the fun factor in GMs for me. Me Tarzan made Lightblade my Jane. Feel free to leave a comment down below, I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, tippy time my damies, what a tie.